Don says, "I'm Don Smith." And he puts out his hand to shake me and he says, "I'm the guy you need to know." And I just thought, wow, I wonder why I need to know you, Don.
One day, this man walks into the office and he says, "Hi, I'm looking for Peggy Carey." And he said, "I'm Don Smith. Your friends from Oregon Community Foundation told me that you're working on a school, some kind of a training program for kids, and I'm interested." And I said, "Well, come on in, I'll get you a cup of coffee."
There was a report about the project breaking ground. We wanted to get this project started, and Don read about it, and he contacted my friend Peggy Carey and said, "Hey, I want to work on this project." So we met at Starbucks, and Don showed me the article and he said, "I'm going to help you on this, and we're going to do this." Don was able to get sponsorships for all of our cabins, meaning that raised all the money for the structures. If we didn't have that funding, we wouldn't have been able to move as fast, and certainly without it we couldn't have done the project. So yeah.
He's really good at helping us get things done, get facilities built. He donated funding and helped build the overlook shelters at Farewell Bend Park, and that was through their foundation that Don and Nancy have set up through the Oregon Community Foundation.
They just have incredibly, incredibly generous hearts, and they want to see people helped throughout our region. And they have hearts to help not just Furnish Hope, but J. Bar J and Shepherd's House and the veterans, and their generosity is just unending.
I had a really hard year. My husband just passed, so they were amazing. I mean, Don and Nancy just have hearts, the size of, just gigantic, and they're always reaching out and helping and making sure I'm okay.
Don and Nancy, Mom and Dad, have always, from day one, impressed upon my sister and I the importance of giving back. He was always a member of Rotary and giving back in any way he could around that. Every Christmas we'd go do the giving tree at the Mountain View Mall and give gifts to people that weren't as fortunate as us.
I'll share that Don probably thinks he's the brains behind his success, but I'm here to tell you it's not Don, it's Nancy. But Don's smart enough to understand that it is Nancy.
Nancy is just a super dependable person. She just comes in and wants to be behind the scenes. She can work her magic. Like, she'll be in one organization and see a need, work in another one and see where somebody has a strength, and she'll just combine the two organizations. So for me, she comes in and helps me, and she just does whatever we need.
No, he's always just been a part of it. He's a great, as he calls it, an idea person. And so he comes up with an idea and he follows it through and figures out how to do it. And he's just been very generous to the community.
He has given back financially to the community. And then with the Rotary Club, he convinced our Rotary Club to give $75,000 to the vocational center here at J. Bar J. And I know he's been active in the teaching on that too. So he and she have both been good community citizens.
Yeah, I think if you just look back on how they've served our community for decades, it's just those are the people that help make this town the wonderful place it is.
Just thank you. Thank you from Shepherd's House. Thank you for strengthening the relationships that we have for within the community and just being a part of what we're doing.
They have never stopped, and they keep up the pressure, and they're a really good role model for myself as well as anybody else that participates in this town, because it's important to all of us to have this be a thriving community.
Anybody, it seems like, that needs help, they're there. That's what I've seen, and they've certainly been there for me always.
Sometimes you're in a situation where you hope you don't have to have a conversation with somebody, but that was never true with Don and Nancy. They were warm and wonderful and genuine, and even if we hadn't seen each other for a year or so, we picked up immediately from where we left off.
Because they're engaged. They're long-term, dedicated, engaged community servants. They've been lucky in building resource, and they're more than happy to share it. And share their time and wisdom and experience in the community. And they're great role models for the rest of us. So I think, people like the Smiths are, what Bend is really all about.
Well, I just think, Don is a special person, Everybody reads the paper. Everybody sees homeless people all over the place. But very few people actually take action. We're lucky to have people like Don. We're really lucky because not only can he be the mentor that I talked about earlier, but, change doesn't happen without people like Don Smith.
So when I was talking to him, I said, it's really interesting. I've done some fun things here in the community in my previous jobs. I said, every project that I've been involved in, an angel always shows up.
I love you guys, and you came out of nowhere like angels, and you just said, how can we help? What do you need? What can we do? And with each obstacle or challenge that I presented you with, you came up with ideas. You rolled up your sleeves to be a part of the solution, and you have helped us tremendously. We would not be where we're at today without you. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for believing in Furnish Hope. Thank you for believing in our mission. Thank you for believing that your yes makes a difference. Because it's not just your yes. It's the yes that you inspire in other people. And it's the collective yes of a community, but you champion other people to be a part of making a difference in this community. So thank you for the ripple effect that you're having on all of Central Oregon through J Bar J, through Shepherd's House, through FAN, through Furnish Hope, and probably many other nonprofits that I'm not aware of. I love you guys.